Okay, welcome back to another video, guys. Today's topic is with regards to that one skill that will set you apart from 99% of entrepreneurs. Now, before I jump right into it, let me know in the comments below what you think that one skill is. Okay? So, now let's jump right into it. The one skill which will set you apart from 99% of entrepreneurs is the skill of articulation. See, your ability to articulate your thoughts and also your emotions is something that will set you miles apart of not just other entrepreneurs but people in general, because most people nowadays especially suffer through their vocabulary and knowing how to formulate proper sentences that have a ebb and flow which resonates with other people. For example, I have been struggling with articulating my thoughts for a while now. But the thing that is helping me improve on this is actually reading. Very simple. All you have to do every day is you gotta read a book that you have an interest in, a book that you can perhaps learn new vocabulary from. So let's say you are interested, well, if you're watching this video, then you are probably interested in the entrepreneurship field. So I suggest you read books like Millionaire Fastlane or Think and Grow Rich. And one book that I suggest for everyone to read is How to Win Friends and Influence People Despite Whatever Your Niche is. The reason why you need to read these books is because you'll get a proper understanding of how to formulate sentences which actually have a rhythm to them. A lot of these books, you won't really get to know the rhythm of them. Like, I've seen a video on this which actually helped you understand why some videos are boring and some are not. It's because of the way the speaker is formulating sentences. But that's a different topic. Coming back to reading, I believe that, or studies show that reading in general sets you apart from the majority of the people who do not read, because you just come up with better sentences, you have a better vocabulary, you understand how to articulate your thoughts well, because you've read so many words, you've gone through so many pages of text, to the point where now it has become unconscious to you of what type of vocabulary you need to come up with in order to formulate a proper sentence to express your thoughts. And this is only possible if you are reading on a consistent basis. You can't be reading for an hour for one day and then not read for the next few days or a week and expect yourself to be on the same level as somebody that reads for, let's say, 20 minutes a day, but he reads a book every single day. See, consistency is what keeps you apart from the competition. We all know this. This is like basics of anything. If you're consistent with whatever you're doing, you are a lot more likely to succeed than somebody that just shows up once in a week but goes all out and then he's just burnt out for the rest of the week or the rest of the month. That is like a great way to put yourself through failure, but if you want to succeed, you have to get into a consistent habit of reading. So even right now, my sentences and the way I'm formulating them isn't really the way that a well-articulated person would be speaking. If you are a good articulator or a good speaker, then you clearly know the mistakes that I'm making throughout my words. You can tell that I'm not prepared for this video. I did not write a script, nor did I come up with any bullet points to write this video. I'm just going all out. So my sentences are not really as good as they can be, or they could have been if I had prepared beforehand. But one thing I will say is that the times when I do try to, I guess, prepare for a video and come up with bullet points, they end up just being some really long sentences, and if I try to follow all of those bullet points, then I end up performing even worse than I currently am. So in some cases, you do not need to come up with these bullet points which help you to get your ideas across. And that's also something that's that's something that you can learn from, is that, for example, when you are giving presentations, sometimes it's better to just keep the bullet points as short as possible, and many times just not even have any words at all, or just replace them with some pictures. Like, I remember when I was in my senior design class 2 years back, and I had to do a debate. And for this debate, me and my partner that I was debating with, so it was more of the opposite side, but we worked together right on the formulation of the slides. So what I decided was, let's not put any bullet points on the slides and keep that entire thing like just fresh, so people can focus more on what we have to say rather than looking back at the PowerPoint slides and whatever the points are saying. That way people are more engaged into the conversation and the debate in of itself. And one thing that I noticed is that when I did that, my performance was a lot better than when compared to my other presentations, where we'd come all prepared with bullet points and pictures and graphs. When we do stuff like that, this is unlikely for most people, but me, I guess I'm like I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm an exception to the outcome, if that's what you call it. But anyways, whenever I come prepared or over prepared with the slides, I end up just reading the slides like a robot, and I become very monotone with my delivery, and I'm not able to be in the moment, if that makes sense. So another thing that I suggest that you learn how to, well, not learn, but I suggest that you practice how to speak a lot. One thing you can do, for example, is just record a video like this that I'm recording right now. You don't have to post it on YouTube or Instagram or social media. Just open up your camera, hit the record button, and just watch yourself speak. And sooner or later, you're gonna find that there are some words that you are not able to think of at the moment. These are the words that your subconscious mind isn't really adaptive to. It isn't really your subconscious mind isn't really used to speaking these words or using them in sentences. It's only when you try to think of them is when you're able to come up with the words and then express them the way you want to. Like, this video is a great example of what I'm talking about, because you can clearly see all the stutters and mistakes that I'm making throughout the video, and that's because I'm not really a great speaker at the moment. That's something I'm still working on, and my vocabulary is quite condensed, and I'm trying to expand it as I go. So the one thing that I am doing is, now this is not a plug, but something that I am doing is I bought a Kindle recently, and I'm just trying to read whatever books I find interesting. And every day I try to open it up and read for at least a few pages before I shut it off and do something else. But if you're someone that has the time to do stuff like scroll on social media, or just like, I guess, do nothing or go outside, then one thing you can do is replace your social media scrolling with just reading a book on a Kindle. And that's like gonna really help you out on your journey as an entrepreneur, because not only you'll be able to learn new words, learn new vocabulary, learn how to formulate new sentences, but it's a really good hobby to partake in, because you're gonna notice that over time your attention span is gonna increase, and you'll be in a task, you'll be doing it, and you won't even realize that it's been an hour. Like me, for example, sometimes I'm reading a book and I'm just like, I'm so into the book, I'm so focused in it that I don't even realize that 30 minutes have passed by, and it just feels like it's only been 5 minutes. So to put it all back together, if you want to become a better entrepreneur, you have to learn how to speak, because speaking is how you're going to be able to sell things. You won't just be doing marketing, right? I'm sure that's going to help, but at some point you will have to come forward and speak your ideas, speak your business plan, and just tell the people in general which direction your company is going and how you plan on making improvements. And the way you are going to do that is by articulating your thoughts. Now, it's okay if you stutter. If you look at Elon Musk and his speeches, like when he was doing the press conference or whatever you call it for his Cybertruck, like I noticed that he was stuttering a lot, fumbling over his words, but nonetheless he was able to get the point across, because he's a very smart man and he's been in the field for a while and he knows what he's talking about. That's the only thing that, well, not the only thing, but that's one of the things that matters the most, is you just have to be able to be confident in your knowledge. You gather that with the fact that you know how to articulate your sentences properly. That's it. It's game over. Like, if Elon Musk was able to learn how to not stutter in his sentences, I think he would be a really great public speaker. But unfortunately, there's some things that you just, I guess, aren't good at, and that's okay. But if you are watching this video, then you have one thing over Elon Musk, is that you can potentially become a better public speaker and therefore maybe sell your ideas or make sales on a better basis, because you will come across as somebody that knows what he is talking about. So yeah, that's essentially what this video is about. Hopefully you gained some sort of value from the video. If you have, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel, and let me know in the comments below what topics are that you want me to talk about in the future. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.